Reggae Just Extra with Rasta.
On August 16, 1983, Mikey Smith attended a political meeting in Stony Hill where the ruling JLP Minister of Education, Mavis Gilmore, was speaking, and he was said to have heckled her. The following day, he was confronted by 4 persons believed to be party activists who picked up an argument with him, which led to the throwing of stones, and he died as a result of a blow to his head. Surprisingly, Mikey Smith was stoned to death on August 17, 1983. Prince Farah was shot to death on September 15, 1983, while Hugh Mundell was also shot to death on October 14, 1983, within 3 months in the same year. This is the untold story of Michael Smith with Rasta.
Rasta.
As mentioned in the intro, Michael Smith, who is better known as Mikey Smith, a young Jamaican poet, was stoned to death by followers of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, JLP. The previous evening, he had attended a political meeting at Stony Hill, near his home, addressed by the Minister of Education, Mavis Gilmore. He is said to have heckled her and given her a hard time. The following day at about 11 a.m. he passed by the Stony Hills JLP constituency office. He was confronted by 4 men who picked an argument with him and started stoning him. He began to run, but was hindered by a bad limp from a childhood injury. A woman who sought to intervene was herself hit and fell. As Mikey stooped to assist her, he received 2 fatal blows, one on the forehead and one on the side of his head. The woman was offered $100 Jamaican by the 4 men not to say anything. She took the money but went to the police. The assailants, however, fled into the JLP office when 2 cars from opposite directions arrived on the scene. In one car was Herb Rose, candidate for the opposition People's National Party, PNP, who defected from the JLP in 1976, charging that his party's election strategy was based on violence, arson, and murder. The 4 assailants have been identified by eyewitnesses as members of a gang of workers hired to work on the construction of an orphanage in Stony Hill from Tivoli Gardens area of Prime Minister Edward Seaga's constituency. Contrary to early police statements, no one has been arrested or charged, and it is believed the men are being kept in hiding. There was sparse coverage in the Jamaican media of the details of Mikey's death. Other commentators have emphasized that Michael Smith belonged to none of the Jamaican political parties. It is true that he rejected partisan politics, a system of political patronage which keeps the people divided into 2 hostile camps, each controlled at the top by bourgeois interests. But it would be misleading to suggest that Mikey was not involved or interested in political organization.
This is the place to be for your reggae gist, facts, and culture.
He was close to the Communist Workers' Party of Jamaica, WPJ, especially to members involved with music and political theater. The death of Michael Smith, a gifted young poet, has highlighted a deteriorating human rights situation. The ardent per-U.S. Prime Minister, Edward Seaga, who came to power in 1980 after the most violent electoral campaign in the country's history. About 900 people were killed. It was estimated that over $600,000 worth of M16 rifles were brought into Jamaica, mostly from Miami. While the PNP cannot be exempted from blame, levels of organized violence within the JLP reached fascist proportions. After Seaga's victory, there was a temporary lull in the killings, during which time the Jamaica School of Agriculture, one of the leading educational institutions, was closed and turned into a military camp. And a new paramilitary section of the police, named the Operations Squad, was established. Sugar cooperatives were disbanded, and unemployment rose to 30%. Increasing numbers of imports have been placed on the parallel market, that is, the black market rate of exchange, and price controls lifted off even essential items. Killings by the police have once again become an everyday occurrence, reaching 350 in a year. Only in 1 or 2 cases has public pressure resulted in charges against a police officer. Both the Jamaican Ombudsman, E. G. Green, and the Jamaican Council for Human Rights stated their concern that the security forces were acting above the law and that there was a growing danger of Jamaica becoming a police state.
Operation Eradication. Operation Eradication.
The Operation Squad is now commonly known as the Eradication Squad and makes frequent raids on poor areas, especially those where radical resistance is well established. In recent months, there have been reliable reports of torture, including rape and humiliation of women, electric shock, and permanently debilitating beatings, directed against the PNP left and the WPJ. Mikey Smith was one of a group of young grassroots Jamaican poets whose work draws heavily on oral tradition. Major influences on their work are the rhythms, moods, and viewpoints of reggae dub music, earning the group the collective title of Dub Poets. Born in Kingston on September 14, 1954, Mikey Smith was the son of a mason and a factory worker. He was educated at Kingston College and St. George's College Extension School. He also attended the Jamaican School of Drama, alongside Jean Benta Breeze and Oku Anyora, graduating in 1980 with a diploma in theater arts. As for his activism, in 1978, Mikey Smith represented Jamaica at the 11 World Festival of Youth and Students in Cuba. He also worked for many years as a social worker representing prisoners in the gun court, the branch of the Jamaican judicial system that tries criminal cases involving firearms. However, all of this social activity was reflected in his works, where we can observe both his anarchist inclinations and his Rastafarian sympathies. He appeared in an arena documentary entitled Under Westminster Bridge and toured with Black Uhuru to promote Me Can't Believe It before returning to Jamaica, indelible success seemingly within his grasp. After his death, Michael was quickly forgotten. No one was ever tried for his murder, and in January 18, 2002, the Jamaica Observer interviewed the JLP spokesperson for culture and now Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Babsy Grange, who downplayed any political motivation for its occurrence. The same piece also stated, there have also been charges that Smith was set on by members of the community after news of the sexual assault of a minor surfaced. No further evidence of this was supplied. Thanks for watching, and do remember to subscribe, give it a like, and post a positive comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you again very soon for another crucial video.
Many thanks for watching Reggae Gist Extra with Ras Dennis.